Prakash, can you just show us a full frame? What's really happening behind you? Because I believe we are told that Jharkhand police deployment is there in full force, and it seems some officers have gone inside also. So if you can just tell us what's really happening, the likelihood of a standoff between the centre and the state via these agencies, the ED and the Jharkhand police. Is there a likelihood of that? Who's there at the gates? What's really happening inside? Even as the questioning goes on, have some people from the Jharkhand administration gone inside, if you can tell us?
Well, this is in the frame you can see the main gate of the Jharkhand CM's residence, and you can see the police forces deployed there to man the gate. And on the adjacent side, there are many police officials also manning the entire cordon, which has been barricaded, and up to 100 meters, there is a prohibitory area that has been put into place, and one section 144 has been ordered in this entire area so that there is no vehicular movement. But inside this gate, the main gate which you are seeing in the frame, in the four walls of the Chief Minister's residence, you have the Chief Secretary of Jharkhand, the DGP of Jharkhand, the senior police officials, the SSP of Ranchi, DC of Ranchi, as well as all the junior officials also who takes care of the law and order situation in Ranchi. So one wonders why these people are present when the Chief Minister of Jharkhand is present. It seems that there is something brewing inside the CM's residence. That is why all these officials are present. Last time, all these officials were not present inside the CM's residence. So we assume that it most likelihood Jharkhand CM may face some punitive action in the land scam case. Abhishek.
Yeah, naturally. I mean, the fact that the sitting Chief Minister of Jharkhand avoided responding to summons more than a couple of times. In fact, finally agreed for questioning after the 8th or 9th summons. Prakash clearly shows that all this time was bought really to set things in order, as it seems, in terms of trying to sort of dodge the ED till the time or as much time as they could. But then finally, it seems the questioning is happening. It's been about 6 hours, and our sources tell us, and Shravan Sen, our senior editor, investigations, has been telling us about the documents that Hemant Soren has been confronted with. Prakash, also remember what began as a 20 crore scam seems like above 230 crores now, given the kind of sale, purchase, resale of land that has happened by circulation or routing of funds and money generated with the first proceeds of crime. And already of the 14 accused, 10 are behind bars, Prakash, and in custody. Some of them, I think most of them and all of them in judicial custody, 10 of them, they have been charge-sheeted. 14 individuals arrested, 10 charge-sheeted. Those are the facts. And those land parcels happen to be in and around Ranchi only. So obviously, it seems that going by the names of Prem Prakash or Amit Agrawal, who have ultimate connections with Hemant Soren, it seems that under the patronage of the Chief Minister, these people were carrying out these activities which led to generation of what ED calls proceeds of crime, essentially routing, rerouting of funds through sale, resale of property, some of which was not actually available for sale. You are from that geography, Prakash. If you could tell us, what does Hemant Soren mean when he says in his defense that this is a Bhumihari land and could not have been sold? While the fact is that obviously the land has been sold multiple times and in which money has been made.
Well, in the first place, he is not allowed to sell the government land. And since he is the Chief Minister, he is supposed to be the custodian of all government land. And in fact, the Deputy Commissioner of Ranchi is the custodian of land following in the premise of Ranchi district. So in the first place, when the ED officials found him guilty. He was arrested, and enough evidence were shown to the court also. That is why he has not got bail as yet. So corroborating those evidences and counter evidences and also confessional statements and enough linkages and a money trail of acquaintances close to Hemant Soren, it appears that the ED might have confronted him today with all the investigating aspects as well as the foolproof evidence with documents, and that enough is enough. Now will have to take some action against you. So in all likelihood, what we get to know is that he will be arrested, and as far as the land portions are concerned, he was not supposed to sell those lands because it's a government land, Abhishek. How can you sell a government land to a private people? Government land in all aspects can only be leased out to private people. We have heard that it has been leased out, if at all. It's based on PPP model if any infrastructure development is coming up, but it cannot be sold in anybody's name. So that was one mistake, what I understand, prima facie, and that's where Hemant Soren have been caught. Abhishek.
Yes, Prakash, and the questioning is going on inside as we speak and have this conversation, and the questioning, of course, is on both the land scam about which we have spoken for the last 10 or 15 minutes, and the second is the illegal mining scam, and we have been covering that for some months now, Prakash, and we have seen pictures of how the area stood devastated after illegal mining, and this was in the Sahibganj district of Jharkhand, and there is again, like in the case of land scam, where there are two main accomplices who have some connections with the chief minister. So in this case, in fact, a sitting MLA, Pankaj Mishra, who has been the kingpin or identified as the kingpin of the case and has connections with the chief minister. Obviously, he's a party MLA, and he was, of course, arrested in 2022 itself, in the month of July, and remains in custody, and multiple number of raids have been carried out, including on Hemant Soren's press advisor Abhishek Prasad, alias Pintu, in connection with the case. And remember, Prakash, that parallelly there is a CBI investigation also going on. So it's not going to be easy for Hemant Soren to really come out of this web of investigations. But let's discuss some political aspects also, Prakash. You're there on the ground, been there for a while. Have you got a sense that the government looks wobbly, or you think the government is strong? All right, JMM MLAs to meet Jharkhand governor. Breaking news development coming in. That's a big one, which means that the JMM, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha's legislature party, is going to meet the governor in Ranchi. The time given is 7:50 p.m. It's 7:20 p.m. now, so another half an hour. This is a huge development. I was coming to politics, and that's exactly what happens, Prakash, that it seems that a change of leadership is all set to take place in Jharkhand, with the JMM seeking time and being given 7:50 p.m. by the office of the governor of Jharkhand, C.P. Radhakrishnan. Prakash, that's a huge development. You think that this is being done because the JMM MLAs are going to go to the governor and tell him that since their chief minister is being investigated, there has to be a change of leadership, and so we are coming to you with a different name? And in that case, who could that be?
Well, it has already been decided, Abhishek, that Kalpana Soren would be the Chief Minister of Jharkhand. And yesterday she was there present in the meeting along with the legislators, and that is why the seat has been vacated. And in all likelihood, these regional party leaders do not trust anybody outside their family members, like it happened in the case of Lalu Yadav, when he appointed Rabdi Devi, the illiterate woman, as the Chief Minister of undivided Bihar in 1997, when he was charge-sheeted in the fortress scam case. And now Hemant Soren, in all likelihood, will go ahead with his wife's name as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand, and the succession plan was already in operation for a couple of months back itself, when the legislators of all the alliance partners were meeting each other and discussed the name. And yesterday also, when he came back from Delhi, he was there present in the meeting for a long time. This and the Hemant Soren discussing the future course of strategy, and thereafter all the MLAs have been put up here outside the CM's residence along with their bag and baggages, if at all they required to be moved somewhere else after meeting the governor. Abhishek.